sun rises, I see excitement in the air. When the sun rises, I see love and care. When the sun rises, I see a start of a new day. When the sun rises, today is Wednesday. When the sun rises, I see my father talking to his pals. Hey, man! Most importantly, when the sun rises, I hear and see my passed away grandfather, Reverend Dunn, when the sun rises.
When the sun rises, I thank God for another day. I take a shower and get dressed, then pray. I always say to myself, what a beautiful day. I think of my friends and say we'll never end. When the sun rises, I thank God for another day.
Terrified, petrified, traumatized, just plain scared. My nerves were shot. I was the narrator for the Christmas play at PS 91 in Queens. I was selected because I read well. Foolish people they were. I practiced and rehearsed. I was ready, I think. The play was based on Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. And even though the play took place in merry old England, I remember that we had a silver aluminum Christmas tree with bright red balls on stage. Don't ask. Well, I stood up at the podium and I looked out into the audience and I suddenly became calm. I knew I could do this. Once upon a time, as a matter of fact, on Christmas Eve, old Scrooge sat at his desk and worked.
I wish more people would just try. You think, well, I can't write, but she comes down with such exciting and different things for us to do. And she gives you only one sentence, or she gives you an idea. She says, right. And we have music in the background, and we write maybe 20 minutes, and then we share. And sometimes we cry, sometimes we laugh. It's just a ball.
Me, not you. Me, not you. What are words that mean me? Lazy, but sometimes active. Smart, but sometimes ignorant. Artistic and creative, but also dull and boring. Me, not you. Even now, I still don't know what words describe me.
I am the air, and I giggled with glee. I was flying like Peter Pan. Might be the reason why I don't want to grow up. As I stood in the middle of the floor, while he said, shake, baby, shake, I would quiver all over, and he was proud. His little girl could cha-cha, merengue, and salsa. Get on my back, as he pushed up and down, all muscle, doing his push-ups. I loved his union meetings. He liked hearing his friends say, your daughter at a union meeting? I knew Robert's rules. I swim, I dance, I read, I vote, I obey, I fight because of him. It's the principle of the thing. They said he's not perfect. You'll find out as you get older. But to me, he was. Then I got older and, you know, they were right. He wasn't perfect. But then who is? Excuse me, I'm sorry. I wondered what it was like to have a mother. My friends all wondered what it was like to have a father. Well, he said always make sure you can take care of yourself. He taught me math. He taught me taxes. He taught me I'm black and I'm proud before it was popular. We could talk without a word. A glance said what we thought, which was always alike. As he lay now, I can read his mind, because like it or not, good and bad, I am him and he is me. I have lived through the hardships of his life and shared in his happiness. What I wouldn't give to dance with my father again.
First thing first, I think deep down in my heart, I think I'm a good person. I've been told I've been a good family member, and especially here in Arts and Crafts. People tell me I'm a good friend, and I should keep coming here as long as I live.
My first poem is dedicated to my donor, a little over 16 years. Almost 16 years ago, I had a heart transplant. Amen. I thought about you. I feel your heart each and every day. Your heart has found a loving place to stay. When we can go out and play, there's so much I want to say to you. I thought about you. I am so sorry you had to die. That is why I cry. I thought about you. The days and nights we share as one. As we look at the sunrise and sunset, I thought about you.
For many years, I have been telling stories to my niece growing up. I'd make them up off the cuff, and she always asked me to write them down, and I never did. But last night, I started to write one. This one's called Cyberspace is Leaking. Mommy, she said, Mommy, come quick. Mommy, the internet is leaking. I'll be right there, I replied, smiling to myself. Oh, my child's imagination. I walked slowly down the hall, hearing sounds of falling objects. Daughter dear, I said, what's going on in there? What do I hear falling? I opened the door and nearly got crushed by letters.com dropping from the ceiling. On the bed laid an @ sign, and an LOL was laying on the dresser on its side. And then I heard a rumbling coming from above. Slipping through a hole in the ceiling fell an underscore. And pushing through the left wall was a /. I couldn't think. I was taken aback. My daughter now clinging to my leg, grabbing me firmly by the thigh, and in a timid voice, she said, I was playing with your computer, Mom. I didn't mean to break it. I just thought the internet was big enough for all the words I was making. But now cyberspace is leaking. Grabbing her hand and backing slowly up. In front of me fell a www dot, followed by 2 H's, a T, and a P. And as if a cloud had gone pop, source code started raining down from the ceiling. I lifted my daughter up and ran down the hall. I whispered to her, I think we have to find someplace else to sleep tonight. I know this gift has given you quite a fright, but please don't think that this could ever be your fault. Cyberspace has no walls. There's no way all those words can stick to that internet's web. I grabbed my umbrella as I opened the front door, and I lifted my daughter up in my arms once more. I opened the umbrella and I walked down the steps. The source code was raining down from the sky, looking quite pretty in the night's full moon sky. Mommy, she said, Mommy, it's nice. This alphabet rain is pretty. Now this I like. I smiled at my daughter, not knowing what to say. Our world's now a computer. That's a lot for one day.
I smile when I sing and when I'm with my friends. I smile when I'm silly because the fun never ends. I smile when I'm at camp and the water makes me feel free. I smile when I'm here because this is where I can just be me.